Hey and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Casemiro's agent reveals how the midfielder has spent his time during suspension. Casemiro's agent, Oscar Ribot, has revealed what the Manchester United midfielder has done during his suspension period. The Brazilian ace was shown the second straight red card against Southampton, suspending him from the four domestic games. He is likely to return today as United host Sevilla in the first leg of the Europa League quarter-final. It's been almost a month since Casemiro played for the Red Devils, and his agent has described what he has been doing whilst suspended. Ribot told The Guardian. Taking football away from Casemiro is like taking food from his table. It's like he can't live, can't breathe. He wakes up thinking about football and goes to bed thinking about football. He watches hundreds of games, any team, any league. I have seen him watch Chinese games because there is always some detail. He says he won't be a coach, but he will. He is already one in a footballer's body. This month, he's watched everything, calculating the points needed and the days left. The 31-year-old is enjoying a stellar debut campaign in England. Many doubted if he could adjust to the pace of the Premier League, but a lot of them have turned it into Casemiro's admirers now. He spearheaded United trophy charge by scoring the opening goal against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final. His magical performance earned him the Man of the Match award and ended United's six-year-long wait for silverware. Whenever Casemiro has missed games for the Red Devils, the team has found it very hard to end up on the winning side. He is an old-school holding midfielder who takes pride in protecting his centre-backs, though describing him only as a defensive midfielder won't be justice to his performances. His long-range passing has allowed United's forwards to get in behind the opposition's defense and created chances. Erik ten Hag will be thrilled to have his lieutenant back, who will be raring to go against a Spanish side which he has faced numerous times over the past decade. Man United ace Antony told where he must improve. Manchester United boss Erik ten Hag has admitted he expects to see more from £82 million summer acquisition Antony, accompanied by Argentine defender Lisandro Martinez. The 23-year-old swapped Ajax for Old Trafford last summer, following in the footsteps of his manager. But following a blistering start to his Premier League career, the Brazilian has suffered a dip in form, unlike his above-mentioned teammate, who has been going from strength to strength in 2023. Despite featuring in 33 out of possible 49 games for the Red Devils this season, the left-footed forward has clocked only 7 goals and 1 assist. Antony's goal contribution tally puts him on a par with Alejandro Garnacho, who has had far fewer minutes on the pitch, while defensive midfielder Casemiro and Fred had more impact than him. Although the Brazil international has been a difference maker in some games, problems with inconsistent performances and a lack of final product have cast a shadow on his early career at Man United. The Red Devils entertained Sevilla in the first leg of their Europa League quarter-final tie today without Marcus Rashford, so Antony may have to step up. He scored a stunning goal in United's 4-1 win against Real Betis at home in the round of 16, but wasted some sitters as Ten Hag urged his pupil to show more composure in the front third. The Dutchman told ManUnited.com in the pre-Sevilla conference, "Of course, we expect the frontline players to be a threat, but also have an effect in the final third. He is a young player, he has scored in big games, and if you can do it in such games, you can do it in the Premier League games. We have to win games together, and that is my experience with him. He is a fighter, and he likes a challenge." Antony has proved more than capable of scoring exceptional goals, as evidenced by him winning 4 of the club's 8 Goal of the Month awards this season and is 4th on the season's top scorers list. However, there is no doubt he must improve his finishing touch to reach the level of Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford sends message to Manchester United fans. Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford promises to return from injury as soon as possible. An update emerged on Marcus Rashford's fitness yesterday. It was mixed news. Seeing him limp off against Everton in the Premier League win at the weekend, everybody who saw it realized that this would be a complication for his and Manchester United's season. It was inevitable he would miss time. It was just a question of how much. United's statement read that Rashford will miss a number of games but will return. Erik ten Hag clarified at his press conference that he was reluctant to put a time frame on it. Marcus Rashford is eyeing an early return to action. He is doing everything possible to be back playing again shortly. He wrote last night on Twitter, I am working hard with the physio to get back as soon as possible. See you soon. Ten Hag explained that Rashford was feeling upbeat knowing that he is not ruled out for the season. He added that the top scorer has already commenced recovery work. He said he is optimistic and he has started straight on his recovery and his rehab that helps him to get back soon. It's a few games. I can't give more details because we have to see how the injury develops. One date Rashford will have in mind is the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley on April 23. It wouldn't be a surprise to see him make the squad. Like every other supporter, I just hope Rashford does not rush back too soon to the detriment of himself and the team. It's up to the players to step up in his absence and decrease the pressure on Rashford so he can be fully fit when he makes his return. Scott McTominay ruled out from the Europa League first leg tie against Sevilla. Manchester United midfielder Scott McTominay will miss the Europa League quarter-final first leg against Sevilla through injury. Man United confirmed via their official website that McTominay missed United's open training session due to an injury and won't be a part of today's clash. The club ensured that his injury is not serious, so he should not be out of action for very long. Erik ten Hag confirmed that Marcus Rashford, Luke Shaw, and Alejandro Garnacho won't play any part as well due to their respective injuries. McTominay started the last 4 games for the Red Devils as Casemiro served his domestic suspension. He has been in fine goal-scoring form lately, striking 4 times for Scotland in the recent international break. He continued his purple patch by netting the opening goal against Everton on Saturday. Due to his attacking prowess, the manager deployed him in a more advanced role. This freedom allowed him to make darting runs and behind that can disrupt the opposition's defense. Christian Eriksen made his return from an ankle injury against the Toffees as a substitute. Ten Hag might opt to slot him back into the starting 11 slowly, which will allow Marcel Sabitzer to keep his starting spot. Casemiro is expected to occupy his number 6 spot straight away with Bruno Fernandes switching back to his attacking midfielder role. Considering the options Ten Hag had in the midfield, there were low chances for McTominay to feature today anyway. The Dutchman will field his best possible team as the Europa League triumph will assure them of Champions League football for next season. After clashing with Sevilla at Old Trafford, United will travel to the City Ground to face Nottingham Forest in the Premier League this weekend. Erik ten Hag gives Luke Shaw injury update ahead of Sevilla game. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag has confirmed Luke Shaw will miss the Europa League game against Sevilla. Marcus Rashford was ruled out in a club statement shortly before Ten Hag's press conference. Rashford will miss a few games and pressed on this, Ten Hag referred to the statement and said he could not clarify whether this would include the FA Cup final or not. He is not the only absentee for the Europa League quarter-final first leg against Sevilla. Erik ten Hag confirmed at his press conference that Luke Shaw will miss the game against Sevilla. Quizzed also about Alejandro Garnacho, Ten Hag responded, no, both not available. He was more positive about Shaw, suggesting the weekend against Nottingham Forest might be a possible return or the next week's second leg against Sevilla. He said, Luke Shaw, I expect him back at short notice. Tyrell Malacia will debutize for show, and he has been excellent since coming into the side for the past couple of games. Shaw was substituted in the first half against Brentford last week after 35 minutes on his 250th appearance for the club. Malacia has played 32 games for Manchester United so far this season, 25 of which have come as a starter. Premier League giants will make another pitch to Jude Bellingham to join the club. Man United are believed to be in the race for Jude Bellingham, as the 19-year-old is set to make a decision on his future very soon. The England international is likely to leave Borussia Dortmund in the summer, and on Tuesday it was confirmed that expected favourites Liverpool are out of the race for the talented midfielder. A move to Manchester City or Real Madrid is the most likely outcome for Bellingham, but according to Manchester Evening News, Man United still believe they can land the England international. Erik Ten Hag feels that Bellingham can create history at the Manchester club and will endorse a second pitch to the player before he makes his final decision. This will be a very hard move for Man United to pull off, as it's very late to be joining the race for Bellingham. In addition to this, the Red Devils are expected to sign a top-class striker this summer, and one of either Harry Kane or Victor Osimhen will likely set them back over £100 million. Signing a striker and Bellingham will cost over £200 million this summer, and if United need to address other areas, then this will certainly become impossible. Man United have made most concrete bid to sign Eintracht Frankfurt star Randal Kolo Muani. Manchester United have made the most concrete bid to sign Eintracht Frankfurt striker Randal Kolo Muani, according to Sport Bild. The Red Devils are expected to land a marquee striker in the summer transfer window, and they have already been linked with Harry Kane and Victor Osimhen. It's now reported that the club have made the most concrete bid to land Muani, and a potential deal is being held up due to the sale process started by the Glazers. The Red Devils value the power and technique of the Frenchman, as well as his defensive contributions. Furthermore, Muani is open to the prospect of joining United this summer, as they were his favorite club as a youngster. Frankfurt are reportedly eyeing €100 million plus for the 24-year-old, who arrived on a free transfer last year. Muani has been a revelation for Frankfurt in his debut campaign. He has registered 19 goals and 14 assists from 38 appearances in all competitions. The Frenchman was described as an assist king by Bundesliga's official website before the World Cup, but he has contributed several goals since the restart. In our opinion, he would be the perfect striker for United. Muani has scored and created chances for his teammates. He has also excelled with his dribbling. The 24-year-old also works hard defensively. He has won a stunning 7.1 duels per league game and has been exceptional with his work rate over 90 minutes. Hence, it seems a no-brainer for United to sign him. Hopefully, the takeover process is completed soon, such that the club can seal a transfer agreement. Bayern München eyeing Manchester United target and Napoli striker Victor Osimhen. Bundesliga giants Bayern München have joined the race for Manchester United target and Napoli star Victor Osimhen, according to Sky Germany. The Bavarians are eyeing a move for the Nigeria international in the upcoming transfer window. At the end of the season, the 24-year-old will be open to parting ways with Napoli. Thomas Tuchel's team do not have a quality number 9 at their disposal for now. The Italian outfit striker is willing to move to Germany and apply his trade there. Bayern have not replaced Robert Lewandowski since his move away in the summer of 2022 to Barcelona. The Allianz Arena side signed Sadio Mane from Liverpool and added Matthias Stals to their ranks. However, the Bavarians have relied on Erik Maxim Choupo-Moting up front. While the 34-year-old is in the form of his life, the Cameroon international is not in the conversations of elite strikers. Napoli are flying high in the current campaign. They are on course to lift the Serie A title After over 3 decades, Osimhen has been a pivotal player in Luciano Spalletti's team's success. The Nigerian has been the Italian outfit's talisman this season. At United, Erik ten Hag has had to rely on Marcus Rashford to find the back of the net consistently. Our two strikers, Antony Martial and Wout Weghorst, have not contributed a lot. The French national has been injury prone in the current campaign. On the other hand, the Burnley loanee has left a lot to be desired in the final third of the pitch. Therefore, we could evidently do with someone like Osimhen in our ranks, but will Bayern steal a march on us in the pursuit of the 24-year-old? Only time will tell. I will be uploading daily Manchester United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.